up, subs? So if you joined this morning's live, thank you so much. It was such a great live. It was fun to kind of talk about a make-believe disaster scenario, just with the new Madrid, and the crosses that we're going to get in the solar eclipse. Fun stuff. So I had a really great time. If you were not able to join us, I want to do a quick live recap and tell you what we talked about. Okay, so let's start from the beginning, guys. Basically, this was a fake disaster situation, and I went through everything I would recommend for it. So I'm just going to talk you down my list. Let's look at it together. Okay, so detailed skills that I would highly recommend everyone learning now to prepare for some sort of emergency shit hits the fan scenario. 1, agriculture and permaculture, you guys. Mastering soil health, composting, and natural pest control. I breathe it, live it, talk about it a lot, right? Crop rotation, companion planting, all these will enhance your yield and reduce pests, okay? Aquaponics and hydroponics for efficient use of water and space. Highly recommend. The next one, number 2, water procurement and purification. So techniques for rainwater harvesting and storage, building and maintaining filtration systems using charcoal, sand, and gravel, okay? Those are really important to be able to use and utilize in a time where we may not have electricity, and that'd be our only way to purify our only water source. Understanding distillation and solar water disinfection methods. There's so much we can do with solar water disinfection and distillation. I highly recommend we start looking into that and becoming skilled in those areas. Number 3, basic and advanced first aid, training in CPR, wound care, managing infections without hospital care, like doing it completely on your own, figuring that out and what that looks like for you and your family. Setting fractures, dealing with potential wilderness emergencies, and first, you guys, psychological first aid. Get that mindset right. There's so much into that either the basic first aid and advanced first aid section. Start dabbling in that area. Number 4, herbal medicine. This is my forte, right? Identifying, harvesting, and storing medicinal plants, preparing herbal remedies, tinctures, salves, and poultices, knowledge of doses and contraindications. Like, these are all super important things that in the end, if someone needed basic support medically and herbally, you'd be able to provide. And to learn it now is just going to be such an advantage for later. Number 5, renewable energy management. Design and installation of solar panels, wind turbines, and micro hydro power systems, battery storage solutions, and backup systems, regular maintenance schedules to ensure efficiency. Number 6, carpentry and construction, techniques for building durable, weather-resistant structures, understanding of insulation, ventilation, and eco-friendly building materials, skills in using hand and power tools for repairs and construction. Every girl and guy should know how to use a power tool, okay? You may not be able to use them then, but even understanding the strength and power of a power tool and then moving to like a manual tool, you will have built up that strength to even hold and do that, so then it's easier to use the manual one. But I highly recommend the manual ones too. Mechanical and electrical repairs, number 7. Basic automotive repair and maintenance of vehicles. Troubleshooting and repairing generators, solar inverters, and other electrical equipment. Soldering and wiring for electronic repairs. Okay, all of those will be really, really good skills to start learning now so you're prepared later. The next one, number 8, foraging and hunting. So safe identification and harvesting of wild edibles. Tracking, trapping, and ethical hunting practices, okay? We need to know how to not only shoot them, but process them, you guys. We need to know how to process them too. My dog just kicked my camera. And then processing and preparing game and fish and doing it the right way, knowing how to do it so that it works for you and you can save this meat for you and your family. Number 9, preservation techniques, advanced canning, vacuum sealing, and dehydration techniques, smoking and curing meats for long-term storage, fermenting vegetables, dairy, and meats for health and variety. All right, these are things that we need to be learning, and we're going to be doing at our Roots and Remedies 2024 Holistic Herbal Retreat. So don't forget, early bird tickets are still on sale, but we're going to be doing it there. Number 10, textile and clothing production. So weaving, knitting, and sewing skills to create and repair garments, natural dyeing techniques using plants and minerals, leatherworking, and shoemaking basics. All of these are going to be vital in any sort of disaster scenario. Number 11, communication technologies, establishing secure encrypted digital communication channels, use and maintenance of radio equipment for long-distance communication without the internet, and development of a proprietary communication protocol or language. I highly recommend we start looking into something that works for us and figuring it out from there. Number 12, cybersecurity and encryption, implementing strong encryption for digital communications and Data storage, regular security audits and threat modeling to anticipate and mitigate risks. Really not so much there if in a situation where no electricity is here, but before that, there are good things to think about. And then education on personal operational security and digital hygiene. Honestly, personal operational security is going to be like number one. And when it comes to any sort of scenario of infiltration, I think that we all just need to maybe get on VPNs and be a bit more savvy on these issues, honestly, at least me, myself. Okay, 13, physical fitness and self-defense. So routine physical training tailored to endurance, strength, and flexibility. This needs to be something we need to be using our bodies as the tools that they are, you guys. Physical fitness is number one, okay? And then self-defense techniques and situational awareness training. We need basic survival skills for different environments, forest, desert, snow. Like you just need an all-around survival mentality plus the physicality to be able to do these things as well. Number 14, navigation and sailing. So mastery of using topographical maps, compasses, and GPS devices. Also creating inconspicuous trail signs and markers for internal use only. And basic survival, I missed one. Emergency signaling techniques using mirrors, smoke, or makeshift radios, okay? 15, community organization and leadership. So structured decision-making processes for group understanding communication and figuring that all out, conflict resolution, mediation techniques, and resource allocation strategies so that if we are grouping it together, we can divvy up resources in a way that makes sense. All of that comes when we're really creating more of that community after we've come together. All right, detailed preparations to make. This is what I was hoping to get to, but didn't get to today. All right, number 1, resource stockpiling. Strategic reserves of non-perishable food, seeds, and livestock for breeding, you guys. We also need comprehensive medical supplies, including all sorts of herbal antibiotics that you can use, herbal things to use, and surgical tools. You really, really need like surgical tools and suturing and different things like that. Also a diverse toolkit encompassing mechanical, carpentry, and electronic repair tools. Okay, these are all things that should just be part of our resource stockpiling. Number 2, secure location. Selection of a site with strategic advantages like natural barriers and access to fresh water and arable land. Development of camouflage techniques and hidden storage to protect supplies and equipment. Planning escape routes and safe havens in case of emergencies. Number 3, energy independence. Investment in a mix of renewable energy sources to ensure redundancy. Training on manual power generation methods like bicycle generators for emergency backups. Bicycle generators, you guys, very easy to make, very cost effective, great ideas, okay? Bicycle generators. Let's go, all you scientists out there. And implementation of energy conservation practices and technology. Okay, number 4, water systems. Designing multi-tiered water systems with redundancy, including wells, rainwater, catchments, and purification setups. Understanding of water table management and the importance of protecting water resources from contamination. And then techniques for efficient water use in agriculture and daily living. Number 5, communication infrastructure. Secure low-tech communication methods like couriers or dead drops alongside with high-tech solutions as well. Encryption and operational security for all communications. Development of a community intranet for information sharing without external internet access. That would be a really good idea. Number 6, defense strategies. Training in tactical defense and reconnaissance. Construction of discrete fortifications and early warning systems, development of non-lethal deterrence and negotiation tactics for potential threats. Number 7, education programs, ongoing education plans for community members in essential skills, creation of a library or repository of knowledge, including digital, printed, and practical resources, mentorship and apprenticeship programs to pass on critical skills. Number 8, healthcare plan. Establishment of a community clinic with more of a healthcare idea of like herbalists or people that we know can help out medically. This is where that really kicks in here. Number 9, backup plans. Multiple contingency plans for various disaster scenarios. Regular drills to ensure community readiness and adaptability, and secure hidden caches of supplies in multiple locations for emergency use, you guys. Now, sign for identification. I talked about, should there be a sign to identify us? Well, maybe a visual sign, maybe a hand signal, maybe a coded language, maybe a unique accessory. I don't know. These are all ideas, but basically the sign should embody the group's ethos and values, fostering a sense of belonging. Like I want it to be something where we very clearly can understand these are who your people are. So those are my ideas. I'm going to jump on and do another video really quickly with my 25 things you should keep.